I'm going to start this hour with a roundup of the developments today in the case of the Southport incident that saw 3 little girls stabbed to death at a Taylor Swift-themed dance class. The suspect in that case is 18-year-old Axel Rudakubana. Today, police announced that he was facing 2 new charges.
The 2 further offences relate to evidence obtained by Merseyside police during searches of Axel Rudakubana's home address, as part of a lengthy and complex investigation which has been ongoing since the 29th of July. The additional charges are the production of a biological toxin, namely ricin, contrary to Section 1 of the Biological Weapons Act 1974, and possession of information, namely a PDF file entitled Military Studies in the Jihad Against the Tyrants, the Al-Qaeda Training Manual, likely to be useful to a person committing or preparing to commit an act of terrorism.
OK, so in addition to existing charges of murder and attempted murder, Rudakubana is now charged with producing the biological toxin ricin and possessing an Al-Qaeda training manual for potential terrorism preparation. The police stressed that the alleged Southport knife attack is not being treated as a terror offence.
At this time, counter-terrorism policing has not declared the events of the 29th of July a terrorist incident. I recognise that these new charges may lead to speculation. The matter for which Axel Rudakubana has been charged under the Terrorism Act does not require motive to be established. For a matter to be declared as a terrorist incident, motivation would need to be established. I would strongly advise anyone against speculating as to the motivation in this case. The criminal proceedings against Axel Rudakubana are live, and he has a right to a fair trial.
Well, responding to the news, Tory leadership hopeful Kemi Badenoch said as more information emerges, it is quite clear that there are serious questions to be asked of the police, the CPS, and also of Keir Starmer's response to the whole situation. Parliament is the right place for this to happen. While we must abide by the rules of contempt of court and not prejudice this case, it is important that there is appropriate scrutiny. Badenoch's leadership rival, Robert Jenrick, posted a video on social media.
The dad of 3 daughters, the Southport attack hit me personally. Of course, the legal process needs to be respected, but I'm seriously concerned that the facts may have been withheld from the public here.
Yeah, well, Home Secretary Yvette Cooper has piped up. She said these additional charges will undoubtedly be distressing for people in Southport. Excuse me. The most important thing is to get justice for Bibi, Alice and Elsie and their heartbroken families and all those affected by the attack. And nobody should put that at risk. The police and prosecutors have an important job to do in their investigation, pursuing every avenue and taking the action they need to ahead of the trial. We must support them and ensure that everything possible is done to deliver justice. Well, something people might find quite interesting is that Prime Minister Keir Starmer hasn't yet commented on any of this. Not personally, anyway. But a Number 10 spokeswoman said the government is focused on ensuring the families and all those affected receive justice. Well, speaking at a press conference earlier today, Chief Constable Serena Kennedy from Merseyside Police did warn everyone against online speculation and the potential risk for prejudicing any upcoming trial.
My plea is to be patient. Don't engage in rumour and speculation. Don't believe everything you read on social media. We must not lose sight of the families of Elsie, Bibi and Alice, who are still grieving.
Yeah, and here is GB News' Home and Security Editor, Mark White. Now, Mark was actually at that press conference earlier today, so here's his report.
It's 3 months since that horrific attack in Southport that left 3 innocent young girls dead, 8 others injured, along with 2 adults. And now the significant development, the announcement by Merseyside Police of 2 new charges against the key suspect, Axel Rudakubana. He will now face charges relating to the production of the deadly toxin ricin, and also a terror charge relating to the downloading of an Al-Qaeda terror manual. Well, the Southport attack led to a great deal of anger and an outbreak of violent disorder in a number of towns and communities in England and Northern Ireland. The Merseyside Chief Constable is calling for calm amongst the public as they absorb the news of these 2 new charges, and is urging the public not to speculate, given that this case is now active. Well, Axel Rudakubana is due to appear before Videolink at Westminster Magistrates Court in West London tomorrow to face the 2 new charges against him.
Yeah, look, we here at GB News will be keeping you right up to date with all of that. As Mark White was saying there, he appears to be hearing those charges tomorrow in court. Now, I just want to stress something really here, because I know there's a huge amount of noise online and everything like that. It is really important that nobody speculates at the moment, because nobody would want to prejudice any upcoming court hearings. You and I want the same thing. We want to see this in court. We want to be able to get to grips with the facts of it, and we want to see whatever happens as a result of that court case happen. And so we can't do anything or say anything that might put that in jeopardy. But I thought the political reaction there was quite interesting. Kemi Badenoch and Robert Jenrick both coming out. Keir Starmer not yet appearing to say anything apart from via a spokesperson. So there we go.